thing? Oh, there it is.
And it started,
Cool.
so I guess I had
Hey,
permission.
Cindy. Hey, Barbara.
Cindy.
There we go. Morgan's here too, but he's just watching.
Hey, Morgan.
Hey, Morgan.
Hey,
It's not saying much, but I'm a little more experienced with this than he is. It's hard, right?
I think we're gonna all be more experienced than we want to be.
Yes.
Yep.
I'll Zoom all the time.
Wasn't that a Jimi Hendrix album?
he was ahead
Are
of
you
his
experienced?
time.
Are you
That's
experienced?
exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Have you ever been experienced? Well, I have. I got my
Hey, Bill.
tie-dyed beer, so I'm
All right.
60s thing.
That's psychedelic.
Just gonna observe today. I'm observing.
Okay.
Y'all.
I saw Bill pop up. and he disappeared.
Well, I still don't have any beers, so I'm gonna have to break out the scotch a little later.
That sounds better than beer.
Generally speaking, yes.
Hey, Mimi.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Walter.
Hello.
So, Walter, are you gonna do both songs tonight? Are you gonna do both songs tonight, Walter?
I gotta get the volume up here. Hang on. Is that better?
Did you want to play both songs?
Well,
Or
I
just
practiced
one of
both songs today.
Okay, good.
I don't know how well I'll do them, but I practiced them.
You're ahead of most of us.
Yeah.
All right. We'll give people a few minutes. Let's see. There's
Thank you.
iPad.
So I'm working on a song, but it may take me a couple of weeks or a month or something.
That's fair.
We might, unfortunately, we might still be here.
I
Yeah.
know.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh.
Hey, Marty. Howdy. Well, we'll give people a couple of minutes and then we'll get started.
Not enough, you think?
Has anybody looked at seen the sing along with the woman who plays with the Ukulele Orchestra of Great Britain? I forget, Layla or something like that.
Lisa?
Lisa, yeah,
Leisa?
Yes, it's really good. I just came across it today on YouTube, and then I went to one of the tunes is Freight Train, and somebody asked her on her YouTube thing what her strumming pattern is, and she says, I don't really know. I'm just an intuitive player. I don't read music. But then she figured it out, and she posted on their homepage how she does her strumming pattern. And I thought it was a nice, just a few tunes, but it was a nice, something you could go back to and really kind of learn a few tunes.
Yeah, I loved her picking pattern, her freight train picking pattern.
Yeah,
That was
I
really
did
good.
too. I couldn't quite understand her directions, but I kind of did my,
But she had that nice close up of her fingers.
yeah.
So you could see what she was doing.
Oh, I have to check that out.
Was it complicated?
No,
No, it was, I went to her instructions, and her instructions, she wrote down some instructions, and they weren't too clear, but I did something that I was reasonably happy with. But yeah, if you go look at her close-up of her fingers, it's not, probably not.
I think I put a link to that in the weekly email.
You probably did.
So
yeah.
you might check there.
Yeah, okay.
I thought about doing it, but whether that actually occurred when I
Mhm.
sent the email, I'm not sure. Yeah,
Yeah, you did.
I did?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. From Lisa.
Mhm.
The thing the thing that I thought was neat about that picking pattern, it was a 3-string picking pattern.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
she did it on the bottom 3 strings and then shifted it up to the top 3 strings. It sounded really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to look at that because I'm really wanting to get better at finger picking.
Yeah. Well, she's she teaches well, I think.
All those guys are great. I've been
are
loving their videos.
Oh, they're
Yeah, they're
funny.
phenomenal. They're doing wonderful stuff.
I'm assuming that the way you get good at that picking pattern is just do it over and over and over till it just becomes.
But that's
Hard
the way you
muscle
get
memory.
good at anything,
At
right?
anything,
Yeah.
especially any kind
Well,
of.
but I mean,
Yeah. But yeah.
kind of get to a point where it's just mindless, where it just
Right.
your fingers are just doing it without you thinking about it, right?
Right.
Yeah, that Daniel Ward's Arpeggio Meditations book is really, it's like the best thing for that. Because it gives you a nice chord progression
Gotta do that.
and a picking pattern, and you just do that over, do that for 10 or 15 minutes at a
Mhm.
time. And they sound good.
They do
so
sound good.
there's
Do
a lot
you
of
do that
reward in playing them.
with a high G? Because I like
I
my
do.
low G ukulele, but he says it's really better for a high G. But I suppose
It works with either one.
Yeah.
So mine's high G and yours is low G, right?
So where did we see that you could do that?
It's down at the bottom here. You can click that thing.
Oh,
Choose virtual background.
okay.
It's almost 5 after. Let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to do 2 songs as a group tonight, and Walter's going to lead us on them. So it's the 2 songs that I sent out in the email. So it's Route 66 and Don't Dallas My Austin. And they both have kazoo parts. So I asked Walter if he would do them because he's the kazoo master. So I'm going to spotlight Walter and I'm going to mute everybody. And then Walter, I'm going to come back and unmute you. So hold on.
You're gonna put those chords up on the.
Yeah, I'll put the chords up on the screen.
No, you're on your own, Walter.
That's what I'm afraid of. I printed off a sheet of both songs. So. Oh, by the way, this is my new kazoo.
Oh,
Nice.
Just made it.
So can you all see the chords?
Yes.
yes.
Okay, I'm going to go mute everybody, and then I'm going to go find Walter and unmute him. Hold on.
Yeah.
And then I got to find Walter.
The time I've been stuck, I've been, at home, I've been making a lot of kazoos. So I hope this is a good one. We'll see.
Okay, Walter, you've got it. I'm going to mute myself.
What?
I'm going to mute myself and then take away. Take it away.
So I don't start yet.
Right?
Tell me when to start.
Go ahead and go. Walter?
Ready?
Yep.
Okay, here we go. One, two, three, four. Well, start again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, if you ever planned a motor, what? I've only done this 200 times today. One more time. Well, if you ever plan to motor west, take my way. That's the highway, that's the best. Get your kicks on Route 66. It winds from Chicago to LA. More than 2,000 miles all the way. Get your kicks on Route 66. Well, it goes from St. Louis down to Missouri, Oklahoma, Oklahoma City looks so pretty. You'll see Amarillo and Gallup, New Mexico. Flagstaff, Arizona, don't forget Winona, Kingman, Barstow, San Bernardino. Would you get hip to this kindly tip and go take that California trip? Get your kicks on Route 66. Well, it winds from Chicago to LA, more than 2,000 miles all the way. Get your kicks on Route 66. Well, it goes from St. Louis down to Missouri. Oklahoma City looks oh so pretty. You'll see Amarillo and Gallup, New Mexico. Flagstaff, Arizona, don't forget Winona, Kingman, Barstow, San Bernardino. Would you get hip to this kindly tip and go take that California trip? Get your kicks on Route 66. Oh, get your kicks on Route 66. I hope I didn't go too fast. But I noticed in your thing, Kevin, you went pretty fast.
Winslow.
Was it Wins?
Yeah.
Williams.
Yeah, I thought it was
Getting into it is very difficult. Can you, everybody hear me? No. Can everybody hear me? Okay, just wanted to hear some. Don't Dallas my Austin. Don't be cramping our style. Don't you dare try to tame us. We kind of like to stay wild. We'd rather barbecue brisket. We don't do caviar. So quit Dallas and Austin before you take it too far. Yeah, we're the home of live music. We want to keep it that way. We still love Willie Nelson. We still miss Stevie Ray. We do a party for EO. We do it every year to keep Austin happy. You gotta let us stay weird. Don't Dallas my Austin. Don't be cramping our style.
They're trying to tame us like to stay kind of wild. We'd rather
barbecue brisket. We don't do caviar. So quit Dallas and Austin before you take it too far. Yeah, there's a few special cities spread across this great land. Some folks want to change them. They just don't understand that the need to be different is the need to be free. So if you don't like Austin, then go back to BC. Don't Dallas my Austin. Don't be cramping our style. Don't you dare try to tame us. We kinda like to stay wild. We'd rather barbecue brisket. We don't do caviar. You take it too far. Don't Dallas my Austin. Don't be cramping our style. Should they try to tame us? You only make us go wild, wild, wild. If you like what I'm saying, kindly lift up your beard right here and make me a promise to keep on keeping it weird. So did that work? I kept hearing little bits and pieces of everybody else's voices, but I know that was partly because of the latency.
No, Kevin, you failed to mute yourself.
Oh, I did?
It was just you.
Sorry, Walter.
For a while, I was afraid
That was me.
I had been muted and I couldn't tell when to start.
Sorry.
Okay, let's see Walter's kazoo.
Oh, very nice.
Nice.
Okay, Walter.
That's
This is
impressive.
made out of Guatemalan rosewood.
Nice.
Wow,
So-
fancy.
We looked up
pretty.
kazoos on Google and we couldn't find anything that looked like your kazoos. Yours are really cool.
That's because it's my patented design.
Aha.
You have
You can buy one from Walter.
That's really neat.
Do you have a
Got
lathe?
one, I've got them for sale.
Do you have a lathe to turn them?
Go let dog down. I'll be back.
Oh well.
Walter, somebody's asking about your lathe.
Do you have
Do
a
you have-
lathe?
Say it again.
Do you have a lathe that you turn those
Yeah,
on?
yeah.
Okay.
That's how these are created. What I do is I take a block of wood that's about 5.5 inches long and about 1.5 inches or 2 inches deep, and turn it on the lathe, and the body of the kazoo is what's left. Then I drill a hole, a 1-inch hole down into the center here, and put in a piece of dowel. I take the dowel and I put it on my drill press and drill down through it. And then at the bottom, I put a piece of Lowe's bag that serves as the membrane.
Yeah.
Okay. You mean like a
Bag from
plastic or a
Lowe's.
leaf bag?
Yeah, one of the little plastic bags.
Okay.
Those
Yeah, one of
flimsy
those.
plastic bags are perfect for kazoo membranes.
That's
Yeah.
great. Well, it looks fantastic.
That's a
good reuse.
Well, I think so. Of course, one bag lasts me about 2 years.
Million years.
You get a lot of kazoos out of it, huh?
Yeah.
You have to make a lot of kazoos to use up a Lowe's bag.
Put a dent
How
in
do
your
you-
bag.
How do you stretch it?
Stretch it?
Yeah.
It's not a matter of stretching it. It's a matter of, let me see if I can pull this out. Okay. Here, if you want to bring me back up, Kevin?
You're there.
Oh, I don't see myself. So
Oh.
anyway, if you
Let me
can see
spotlight you.
me, here is
Membrane on
you see the Lowe's bag? I'm trying to keep
Right.
it in the light.
Yeah.
That's it. It's just a circle of plastic bag that I put on the end of this drilled dowel with rubber cement.
Okay.
So
Excellent.
Very cool.
do you have to from time to time replace the membrane? Does it wear out?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
You have to sometimes replace the membrane thing. Does it wear out?
I've had some kazoos for 5-6 years. They've never needed to be replaced.
Wow.
Cool.
That's great.
It only matters if somebody does something like stick a pencil in it or something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. Then you have to replace it.
Yeah. Interesting.
Very cool.
Okay, you want to go around the circle?
Sure.
Okay. The first one on mine is Brenda. Brenda, do you want to play something?
I'm gonna sit this one out.
Okay. The next one's Gary and Paulette. You guys want to do something this week?
I think we're
We-
working on something. But we're not
Yeah,
ready.
we just got it sort of ready today. So, and we haven't practiced it together. So we'll have it for next week.
Next week. Okay. Next one I got is Paul. Wanna do
I don't
something?
know. Everybody else is backing out.
Come on, Paul. You can do it.
Come on, Paul.
This will be. This is a song that's maybe a little too hard to play, given the amount of time I've practiced it. But we'll see how.
Good.
No
Hey, go
doubt
ahead
I
and
will-
mute everybody. Hold on.
I've never made it through.
Oh. Okay, you're unmuted. Let me mute myself.
All right, here I go. Let me take you down, 'cause I'm going to strawberry fields. Nothing is real, and nothing to get hung about. Strawberry fields forever. Living is easy with eyes closed. Misunderstanding all you see. It's getting hard to be someone, but it all works out. It doesn't matter much to me. Let me take you down, 'cause I'm going to strawberry fields. Nothing is real, and nothing to get hung about. Strawberry fields forever. No one, I think, is in my tree. I mean, it must be high or low. That is, you can't, tune in, but it's alright. That is, I think it's not too bad. Let me take you down, 'cause I'm going to strawberry fields. Nothing is real, and nothing to get hung about. Strawberry fields forever. Oh, I always know, sometimes think it's me, but I know when it's a dream. I think I know, yes, but it's alright. That is, I think I disagree. Let me take you down, 'cause I'm going to strawberry fields. Nothing is real, and nothing to get hung about. Strawberry fields forever. Strawberry fields forever.
Oh, that was
That was
wonderful.
great.
That was great.
Very, very good.
Nice job.
And that's
That was
great, Paul.
terrific.
Thank you.
Not only that, you did it all from memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Very
impressed
impressive.
with that. I'm impressed.
Totally.
Really.
If that was I'm not ready, I'm not worthy. That's all.
Really, yeah.
Well, I've never made it through without messing up the lyrics going into that last verse, and that
You
didn't
got
make
it
it any different.
perfectly.
So that was super.
Oh.
Mary Jane's having trouble. She can't hear us. Do y'all see that chat?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
replying to it.
Mary Jane.
Oh, there's Judy.
Can you hear us yet, Mary Jane? Mary Jane, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Is that her playing?
No.
I don't know. She doesn't. I don't remember her playing a banjo. It sounds like a banjo.
Oh, is it a banjo?
It's my soprano.
Ah,
Can somebody text her that we can see her? And
Yeah, I already did.
I wonder if she can hear. We can hear her.
I don't know. I've asked her to say something. You say something, Mary Jane?
Hello, Mary
I
Jane.
can hear. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Hey,
Hey,
I don't know what happened. I just
still can't see
acted
you, but I can hear you.
I can see you.
Yeah, I've got a little box.
Okay,
Yeah, I see you.
great. Okay,
I'm in.
so the next one on my screen is Barbara. Do you want to?
Oh no, thank you. I'm still working on something.
Okay, Cindy.
No, thanks.
No,
Just watching.
Bill. You want to play something?
All right.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to
Nice.
spotlight you, and then I have to mute everybody, and then I'll come back and unmute you, and I'll tell you.
Okay.
Okay, there you're spotlighted. Now I'm going to mute everybody. And let me go back to Bill. Okay, you're unmuted now. You can
All
start,
righty.
and I'll mute myself.
Okay. This is called Flutter and Mumbles after two of my dogs.
Nice.
Very good.
That was really nice.
Very good. Very good.
Love that.
I could hear flutters and mumbles in there.
But no fumbles.
That was great. Get my thing up.
Cindy raised her hand.
Mimi's the next one.
Well, I really don't have anything that's ready, but I could play something that's not ready.
There you go.
Good.
Sure, there you go.
Okay,
That's
let me
spirit.
spotlight you. And I'm
Um,
going to mute everybody, and then I'll come back and tell you when you're unmuted.
all right, I'll play it first, and then I'll tell you about it.
You're unmuted now.
Okay.
That was great.
That was great.
A rope thing by a Spanish composer named Torrega, and I didn't. And Kevin Carroll wrote the arrangement that was written in E minor, and he wrote it for ukulele in A minor. And it's a little bit like that, the Daniel Ward stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of meditative.
Nice.
It was nice.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Really beautiful tune. You can hear it's written for guitar, and you can hear some wonderful versions of it on YouTube. And it's supposed to be played about 10 times as fast as I play it.
What's it called?
It's Etude you should look for Etude in E minor, and the composer's name is Torrega, Tarrega.
It's funny, isn't it, that nobody ever wrote any etudes for ukulele?
Ukulele.
Oh, that's not true.
We need more of those.
That's not true.
Really?
They're in the 16th century. I have a book of them.
Really?
They wrote.
Oh,
The
good.
guy wrote a bunch of etudes for the machette, which is the precursor for the ukulele.
It must
It's
have been
Renaissance. It's
Yeah.
Renaissance guitar kind of music. They're really neat. What's his name? Gaspar Sainz, I think is his name. The 16th century Portuguese composer.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Because didn't the Portuguese take it to Hawaii?
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
instrument-
they went to Madeira, and then from Madeira
Oh, okay.
ended up in the Sandwich Islands.
They do the Cavaquinho, tune E-G-D, 4-string.
Yeah. There's also a gal in England who does a whole series of etudes for ukulele. What's her name? I think it's Samantha something. Samantha Muir. And if you look her up on the internet, she's got 5 or 6 little books of ukulele etudes. They're really neat, and they're coming from classical guitar etudes, but they're pretty neat.
So, all right, somebody quick, come up with another class of music that ukuleles can't play, and let's see what Kevin's got on his shelf. Oh, I've got 3 books of etudes.
Opera.
Opera.
Opera. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we got thwarted with what was that? The Song of India, Rimsky-Korsakov opera.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
I would love to learn how to play Vivaldi's 4 Seasons on the ukulele.
Oh, that would be neat.
Yeah, that would be neat. I bet that'd sound great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need a whole orchestra, though.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
You've got one there.
Yeah.
Unless the ukulele's just taking the place of the solo violin.
Right.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. It can play those, and then you could have some baritones in the background, or
Does anybody else subscribe to Ukulele Magazine?
Yes.
Yes.
So this month's magazine has a whole bunch of stuff about alternate tunings. Have you looked at those?
Yeah.
It's really neat. So now I have 4 ukuleles here tuned all kinds of weird ways that I've been playing with.
Okay.
It's pretty neat. I'm having fun with it.
my favorite tuned ukulele is the baritone tuned E-A, D-flat, G-flat with the GCA set of strings on it. It has a low.
Oh, really?
It sounds, deeper than the tenor, but
Right.
not the same as the baritone. It has a really nice tone to it.
Huh.
I
So
can
it's
break
like
it out
halfway in
if you want to hear
between, huh?
it. Yeah, I can break it out if you want to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me grab it.
Play it. Play
Why
it.
not?
What is it? Cheetah picture.
Yeah.
All righty. This is it here.
Meanwhile, we have a commercial break by the Tiger King.
So it's familiar, but it's a different note.
That's cool.
Nice.
Nice.
Very
sounds great.
guitar-like.
And the A string is fishing line because my A string popped. So I just replaced it with this line. And I have it was a low G string, which again is tuned down to an E.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That sounds great. Well, the next one on my screen is Walter. Walter, do you want to do another tune?
I did my 2 songs for this.
Okay. Fair.
I spent the whole last 2 days practicing.
Practicing those. We appreciate the effort. That was
Or for whatever
worthwhile.
it was worth.
Oh, that was great.
Great advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well done.
Well, thank you.
The next one is Marty, formerly known as iPad.
Used to be iPad. Well, I have a little etude in C sharp minor.
Okay, hold on. Let me spotlight you.
All right.
And then I got to mute everybody, and then I'll come back and tell you when you're unmuted. Hold on. Marty. Okay, you're unmuted now.
Okay. If I just be real quiet, y'all won't know that I've heard that.
That's right.
This is a medley. It's real highbrow, C sharp minor. It's Ghost Riders in the Sky and Rawhide. An old cowpoke went riding out one dark and windy day. Upon a ridge he rested as he went along his way. All at once a mighty herd, red-eyed cows he saw, plowing through the ragged skies and up a cloudy draw. Yippee-yi-ay, yippee-yi-oh, ghost riders in the sky. Their brands were still on fire and their hooves were made of steel. Horns were black and shiny and their hot breath he could feel. A bolt of fear went through him as they thundered through the sky, for he saw the riders coming hard and he heard their mournful cry. Yippee-yi-ay, yippee-yi-oh, ghost riders in the sky, ghost riders in the sky. Rolling, 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 through the streams they're swollen, keep those doggies rolling, rawhide. Rain and wind and weather, hell bent for leather, wishing my gal was by my side. All the things I'm missing, good victuals. Oops, sorry, I forgot to push the thing. Victuals, love, and kissing, waiting at the end of my ride. Head 'em up, move 'em out, head 'em up, move 'em on, move 'em out, head 'em up, raw high. Count 'em in, count 'em out, write 'em in, write 'em out, count 'em in raw hide. Moving, 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 though they're disapproving, keep those doggies moving rawhide. Don't try to understand them, just rope, throw and brand them. Soon we'll be living high and wide. My heart's calculating, my true love will be waiting, waiting at the end of my ride. Move 'em on, head 'em up, move 'em on, move 'em up, head 'em up, rawhide. Count 'em out, write 'em in, count 'em out, write 'em in. Rawhide.
Very nice.
That's great. I love the line. I love the line about them disapproving.
I imagine they do.
Yeah, I imagine they do. Okay, that was great.
Thank you.
Steve,
Yep.
you want to do something?
Not
Do something
really.
else?
I need to work on something. I keep on trying to get the that whole Malagueña thing down,
Yeah.
but it's becoming more like second nature.
I'll play it for
Drives
us.
my wife
Want
crazy.
to do it?
I could try it.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on. Let me spotlight you.
All right.
And let me mute everybody. And then I'll come back and unmute you. Stephen. Okay, you're unmuted.
All right. Hold on, I messed that up.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah, that was great.
Very good.
Very nice.
Good work.
I love your finger picking. That's
Yeah.
really
I
nice.
love that too. Drive my wife crazy. I'll sit there for hours.
Well, if that was not ready, I can't imagine what it's going to sound like when
When
you
it's
are
ready.
ready.
Yeah, the transition in from the from the A to this, what is that, B flat or whatever that is. I'm still working on getting that smooth and not have buzzing, but yeah.
Yeah.
It sounded great.
Thanks.
It was well done.
Go away. Okay, the next guy on my list is Kent. Kent, you want to do one?
You know, I've been working on Mrs. Robinson, but I discovered this is one of those you can either play it or you can sing it. You just can't do both.
Well, you can just play and we can sing to ourselves.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll give you a little flavor for it.
Okay. She's great.
Well done.
Well done.
I learned a Simon and Garfunkel song not too long ago. I think the world could do with more of that. So good work. Good work.
Which one did you learn?
Homeward Bound.
Yeah, that's pretty.
That's a pretty one.
Beautiful.
Okay, the next one on my screen is Mary Jane. Do you want to do one?
Sure.
Okay, hold on. Let me spotlight you, and then I'm gonna mute everybody, and then I'll come back and
Oh,
unmute you. Oh,
another kazoo.
Walter special.
Okay, hold on. There you
I'm muted too.
are. You're unmuted now.
Okay. Thanks. Yeah, I thought I'd do something in honor of Earth Day because it's tomorrow. And I had actually two songs, but maybe I could do the other one at our beer session or something if we start running out of time here. This one is called Our Planet. We care for our planet because it's our home. It's all the same planet wherever you roam. There's only one planet, the place we reside. We can't get another when this one has died. We need all the species evolved on the earth, those colorful life forms to whom she gave birth. The monkeys and parrots in the high canopies, and the ground level rainforest under the trees. We care for our planet because it's our home. It's all the same planet wherever you roam. There's only one planet, the place we reside. We can't get another when this one has died. The ocean's a life force for mollusks and fish. To preserve all the coral reefs is our great wish. To keep the sea quiet and safe for the whales. Keep the fishing well managed, let dolphins prevail. We care for our planet because it's our home. It's all
nice.
All right, thank you.
Very good.
Yeah, that was great.
Dr. Mary Jane, I don't think I've ever heard a song with mollusks in it.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
You write good songs.
Very good.
Yeah, yeah. That's my serious Earth Day song, but I have got another one that's sort of along the same lines, but it's called Galapagos. So it deals with that particular section of the Earth rather than the whole Earth. But there's always the beer section.
I think you should play it for us now. I'm not going to come to the beer session. I'd love to hear it.
You need somebody to run over some beer?
No, I don't need beer to sing it. I just thought I wouldn't be allowed to play two songs in a row, you know.
Ah.
But if
Go
Walter
ahead.
did, maybe I could. It would be up to Kevin. I mean, do we have other people that haven't gone yet?
How about if I drink a beer while you play it? That'll count.
There you go.
Let's do it. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna mute everybody and then I'll come back. Okay, you're unmuted.
Okay, thanks. Galapagos, Galapagos, 600 miles off the Ecuador coast, undiscovered by humanity, they became Earth's living laboratory. They've only been known for a few centuries, home to unique creatures, endemic species. The giant tortoise, most recognized, can grow to a whopping 400-pound size. Galapagos, Galapagos, 600 miles off the Ecuador coast. Exotic wildlife worth any cost. Save these treasures before they're lost. A pair of blue-footed boobies court a playful throng of sea lions sport. Marine iguanas in dry dock, bask on glistening black lava rock. Galapagos, Galapagos, 600 miles off the Ecuador coast. Diverse life forms, they have the most. Save the tropical penguins before their ghosts. Charles Darwin came alive when he visited Galapagos in 1835. He formed his theory of natural selection, pointing the world in the island's direction. Galapagos, Galapagos, 600 miles off the Ecuador coast. Exotic wildlife worth any cost. Save these treasures before they're lost. The booming tourism population brings critical need for conservation. Fishing boat ships and tankers of oil keep them away before the islands are spoiled. Galapagos, Galapagos, 600 miles off the Ecuador coast. Exotic wildlife worth any cost. Save these treasures before they're lost.
Very good.
Well done.
Kevin, you're still muted. Kevin, you're still muted.
There he is.
The thing moves around, so you try to grab it and unmute it, it moves somewhere else.
It'll move even more when you get a beer.
Yeah. Well, I've had almost one, so maybe that's the
okay.
problem. The next one on my list is Judy. Do you want to do something, Judy?
Oh, no, one day, but no. No.
Okay. Well, I'm going to do a song.
All right.
Good.
I don't know that I've done this at Tug. I've done it at the Fruitorium a few times. Okay, hold on. Light. Okay. So this tune is by Yip Harburg and Harold Arlen from 1939. Most famously, it was covered by that amazing vocal stylist, Groucho Marx. So this is Lydia the Tattooed Lady. It's a great tune. It's my wife's favorite song. Lydia, oh Lydia, say, have you met Lydia? Lydia the Tattooed Lady. She has eyes that folks adore so, and the torso even more so. Lydia, oh Lydia, that encyclopedia. Lydia, the queen of tattoo. On her back is the Battle of Waterloo. Beside it, the wreck of the Hesperus too. Proudly above waves the red, white, and blue. You can learn a lot from Lydia. La la la, la la la, la la la, la la la. When her robe is unfurled, she will show you the world. You step up and tell her where. For a dime you can see Kankakee or Paris or Washington crossing the Delaware. La la la, la la la, la la la, la la la. Oh Lydia, say, have you met Lydia? Oh Lydia, the tattooed lady. When her muscles start relaxing, up the hill comes Andrew Jackson. Lydia, oh Lydia, that encyclopedia. Oh Lydia, the queen of them all. For 2 bits she will do a mazurka in jazz with the view of Niagara that nobody has. And on a clear day you can see Alcatraz. You can learn a lot from Lydia. La la la, la la la, la la la, la la la. Here's Captain Spaulding exploring the Amazon. Here's Godiva, but with her pajamas on. Here's the Jinsky doing the rumba. Here's her social security number. La la la, la la la, la la la, la la la. Lydia, oh Lydia, that encyclopedia. Oh Lydia, the champ of them all. She once swept an admiral clear off his feet. The ships on her hips made his heart skip a beat. And now the old boy's in command of the fleet. For he went and married Lydia. La la la, la la la, la la la, la la Lydia. La la la.
That was cool.
I like that.
My wife's in bed and she was clapping from the bedroom.
How many key changes was that?
There's just well, it goes back and forth between 2 keys.
Okay, but it changes 3 times, I guess.
It does.
Okay.
It goes back to the original key.
It's a great song.
It is a great song.
I've been trying to. I set up one of my ukuleles in D, a soprano.
Yeah.
And so I've been trying to learn the chords for that D ukulele. Play it. It sounds better than that ukulele tuned in D. Yeah. But I have to learn the chords. I don't quite have them. But
Why
one of these days.
Just in that particular tuning, it's like it's the same except it shifted up a whole step, right?
It is. Yeah.
It seems like it'd be more interesting to find something that's different chord shapes altogether, but.
Well, they are different chord shapes.
Well, the close.
I mean, if you play it in the same key, like this is in C and E flat. That's what it's. Those are the 2 keys. And so on the ukulele in D, those are all different chord shapes.
But if you play a D on your chord, it's the same as a C on my ukulele, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, you could play the same chord shapes on it, but it just sounds the same.
Yeah, right.
But if you play
keys, then
if you play it in C on the D ukulele, the voicings are all completely different.
Yeah,
and it's higher, and I think the soprano actually sounds better in D.
All right.
But I don't know. I mean, I just started playing with it.
That's just one
all
that
kinds of things.
Interesting.
Didn't that article on ukulele? Didn't that article on Ukulele magazine say something to the effect of the current tuning that we all do now is relatively new back in the 50s or 60s?
Yeah, the C tuning is newer.
Yeah.
If you get ukulele music from the 20s, it's all in D tuning.
Right.
If you look at it, it's everything's tuned in D. If you go to Canada, they like 99% of the people in Canada play in D tuning.
I wonder why they
changed.
changed.
Heard, yeah.
Do you know?
Well, one of the reasons is the C tuning. In C tuning, you play songs in C, it's a little lower, and so it's in more people's vocal range.
Oh.
In Canada, one of the reasons they play in D is they teach it in the schools, and kids have higher voices, so that D tuning works better for them, people with higher voices. And as we get older, I think this is what it is. Most of us that play the ukulele are older, and as we get older, our range drops. We can't hit the high notes anymore, and so you want to bring it down. And I've taken this banjo ukulele and I've tuned it down a step, and I'm going to play with this banjo ukulele down 1.
Yeah.
You're going to play the same chords, but it'll be a step lower.
No. Well, I mean, you can play the same chords, but they're different chord shapes.
Okay.
Yeah, you play the same shapes, you'll be down a step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
That'd be more likely the direction I would go. Go lower, not higher.
Yeah. Well, maybe when we get back together, I'll bring this banjo ukulele one day. Or maybe not. I mean, it's pretty obnoxious. Maybe better to do it on one of these
That
things.
makes it a banjo ukulele.
Do what?
I said that makes it a banjo ukulele.
It does, yeah.
There's no such thing as a non-obnoxious banjo ukulele.
I think tuning it down a step makes it less obnoxious, though, so it probably takes some of the banjo-ness out of it.
Play something on it so we could tell.
I don't know if you'll be able to tell over there. See, it's down a step, it's down a whole step.
It's got a lot of jangle to it.
It does. But I have I guess I showed you guys this last time. It's a banjo mute.
I don't remember seeing that.
I don't remember it
Oh,
either.
I didn't show it to you guys?
Showed it to us at the senior center.
Oh, is that what I did?
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys can see this. It slips over the...
I got a sock in my banjo.
Yeah. It slips over the bridge. I don't know if you guys see that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh yeah. Okay. So all the strings are higher too.
Do what?
Did it raise all the strings up a little bit?
No, it's just a piece of metal that clamps around the bridge and it dampens it. So actually it's riding up a little high. Take some of the jangle out of it.
Banjo-ness.
Yeah.
Some of the banjo-ness.
Me too.
I mean, I like the banjos, but I just don't like the heaviness of them.
They're too loud.
Are they?
To play in a group,
Yeah.
they're too loud.
Yeah, they
Unless
are.
they're all banjos.
Take over. Yeah, all banjos.
That's
Oh,
part
they're
of
the devil's instruments.
Quiet here.
That's part of why you have the mute.
Yeah. I still think it's too obnoxious to play in a group. But it's
There have been
fine.
people who brought banjo ukes to the Ukulele Society meetings.
Yeah,
They kind of get lost in the crowd.
they do. Unless you sit next to them.
Yeah, I brought mine once and I got dirty looks.
Yeah. I think they work good. Like if you got 4 or 5 people and you're playing and you do, a little ensemble thing, I think it fits in pretty well.
If you have a washboard, it helps.
Yeah, if you have a washboard, that's true. Can drown out the banjo.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're on stage in a big room, it cuts through everything else.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, originally these were supposed to be like rhythm instruments.
Yeah.
They're just that thump, thump, thumping going.
Well,
the big clock on the wall says it's time to get your favorite beverage.
Right.
Okay, I got to make a quick trip to the fridge.
Okay.
I do too.
Yeah, me too.
I've got to tell people this is my last session for this year. I'm headed back up north, but I'll be back next year.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Who's talking?
Where are
so
you
thank you
going?
very much for letting me sit in, Kevin. I really appreciate it.
Well, we're sure glad to have you back. Travel
Wait a
safe.
minute.
Are you going somewhere with no
all-
internet service?
It's all virtual. You've got to have internet up there.
Well, we sort of do, but not that it's pretty primitive. I might see you a half an hour later. So we're pretty far. We're 100 miles from the nearest stoplight. So
Oh my gosh.
Speed of light is a little slower up there.
Where are
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Where are you going, Cindy?
the UP of Michigan, the Upper Peninsula.
Oh,
of Michigan.
nice.
All right.
Right.
Enjoy your summer.
I will. I'll enjoy the 2 or 3 days of summer, and I'll come back and see you guys again next year. So thank you very much.
Thanks for coming, Cindy.
Yep. Yeah. Bye bye.
See you next time.
Who all else left?
And so I'm going to leave now too. Thank you very much.
See you, Barbara.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Kevin, I'm dropping off too. Thanks for everything.
Hey, see you, Kent. Have a good week.
You too.
Hey, Steve looks better.
Is he coming back?
Said he was getting a beer.
Said he was getting.
Other room as well. I'll be back.
Okay.
Well, I got a glass with tiny bubbles in it.
There you go.
Oh, that's a
And
nice.
I actually have been practicing tiny bubbles and was going to suggest that we play it at the beer session.
Why don't you play that now? That's a great song.
It is. Is that in this month's?
I think it was.
It was last month, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a recent, but it's not part of the spring songbook.
Okay, I'll
But
find it.
It's pretty cool. I practiced the Hawaiian so that
Heard of them, but I don't.
Oh, cool.
leading it, I could sing for the guys.
Hey, Kevin, wasn't that one that lady asked for at the Round Rock Center up there?
It is. Yeah. That was fun.
Yeah, I was the only person who knew the song at that time. But this version, I didn't know the whole song.
And you still are.
There's this little "Here's to the Golden Moon," you know, that I had never even seen that before, so I learned that, you know. But that's a nice variation on it. I think it's a pretty good song.
Yeah.
And its connection to Hawaii, of course. I used to live in Hawaii. It was a long time ago. It was like 40 years, 47 years ago. But it really, you know, when I think about Earth Day, I was thinking about how I was probably closer to the earth when I lived in Hawaii, because I had a garden and I lived in a house that didn't have any electricity, and it rained every day, and we went to the beach a lot, and it just seems like we did so much stuff outside compared to what I do now. Hawaii was a great place to live.
That sounds nice.
I visited there 9 times. I love Hawaii.
Which island did you live on?
I lived on the Big Island.
Oh, wow.
Now that's the one where all the lava's oozing out. I guess it's not quite as bad right now, but it did destroy some houses. There'd been all this development, and like I probably wouldn't have recognized my neighborhood because there would be so much development, and then now some of those people with their developments got their houses destroyed. It's a very sad thing.
Do you know if your old house is still there?
Well, I think I asked my son about it. My son goes over to Hawaii more than I do, and he actually has friends over there. And I think he said it was destroyed.
Oh,
That it had survived for a long time, but a lot of things had changed about it. But it had survived, but then the lava, he said he heard that the lava got it. Ooh. So are we ready for Tiny Bubbles?
Yeah, you want to try it?
Sure.
Hold on, I'm gonna share the screen. So let's see. More complicated. So I'm gonna put spotlight on you, Mary Jane. I'm gonna bring up Tiny Bubbles, and then let's see. I'm gonna mute everybody, and then I'll come back and unmute you. Mary Jane. Where did Mary Jane go? There. Unmute. Okay, Mary Jane, you're unmuted now.
Okay, I'm unmuted. Can you see me and hear me? I can't actually see you, but it doesn't really matter that much as long as you can see me and hear me.
Yeah, we can see you.
Okay, great.
I'm
So,
gonna mute
no, I have a lay on. Tiny bubbles in the wine make me happy, make me feel fine. Tiny bubbles make me warm all over with a feeling that
Good job.
Thank you.
Now I'm gonna try to get back so I can see again. Man, this is really baffling here.
Hey, Kevin, you were talking about the triplet strum earlier. I bet that
Was.
would be a good spot, good song to put a little flourish or two in there.
Absolutely.
See if I could do it.
Not gonna do it.
See you, Judy.
I'm back. I can see everybody again.
Anybody else want to lead a song? No?
No, no takers tonight.
No takers.
I've got
No.
another one I could do. If you guys
Please do.
completely sick of me by now.
What do you want to do?
Why not?
I wanted to do the Deep River Blues.
Oh, that's a good
All
one.
right.
And maybe this one I'd be able to not get knocked out of my my visuals.
So this has an instrumental in it. You're going to do the kazoo?
Well, yeah, I forgot to put the kazoo on. For tiny, but
I do that all the time.
I'm still so if I'm looking, yeah, somehow I managed to
I've got it.
miss. Yeah, maybe I'll use yours if I'm
What is that called?
oh yeah, I found it, I think.
Sharp.
Does it start on A?
Does.
It does. Okay. Oh, and maybe I will do the kazoo this time because I practiced it with the kazoo.
Hey, hold on. I'll mute everybody and then I'll come back and unmute you.
Okay.
Okay, you're unmuted, Mary Jane.
Okay, great, great. Let it rain, let it pour, let it rain a whole lot more, 'cause I got them deep river blues. Let the rain drive right on, let the waves sleep along, 'cause I got them deep river blues. My old gal's a good old pal, she looks like a waterfowl when I get them deep river blues. Ain't no one to cry for me, all the fishes have a grand old spree when I get them deep river blues. If my boat sinks with me, I'll go down, don't you see? I got them deep river blues. I'm going back to Muscle Shoals, times are better there, I'm told. I got them deep river blues. got them deep river blues. Now I'm going to say goodbye, and if I sing, just let me die, 'cause I got them deep river blues. Let it rain, let it pour, let it rain a whole lot more. I got them deep river blues. Let the rain drive right on, let the waves sweep along, 'cause I got them deep river blues. 'Cause I got them deep river blues.
We're knowing that's cool.
Yeah, that's good.
That was a great song, and it was fun to play. I like some of those chords. That diminished chord in there was great.
Yeah, and I like that E7 and the fifth.
Yeah,
What's
me
the
too.
E7 plus 5? What's the fingering on that?
The E7, you add the
You got a C with your pinky.
you add the C, you add your pinky
Okay.
on in the third fret.
Yep.
The diminished chord.
The diminished chord adds a whole different character to it, doesn't it?
It does.
As long as I get it right.
Nice.
I just don't get it right that often.
There's been a bunch of songs that have had that same diminished chord in it lately.
Yeah, that's it. You know, maybe I obviously didn't get that many of them right.
Oh, it sounded great.
Sounded great.
Yeah, I liked it.
As you were doing it, I was thinking how much I like this song.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Great song.
Good one.
Well, I listened to Doc Watson. You know, he's pretty inspiring.
Yeah. I wonder what made him think to put in that F sharp diminished there. I mean, it sounds so good.
Yeah, it's perfect, right?
But where do you get it? I mean, I sit here and I have a circle of fifths up on my wall, and whenever I do a song, I look up to see, and it's like way the hell and gone on the other side of the circle.
Yeah.
Like, what the
I
heck
never
was he
think
thinking about?
anything like that when I'm writing a song. I'm just going for the easiest.
Well,
chord
you know,
to come up with.
it's got 4 notes in it, and if your melody is one of those notes, why not use that chord?
Yeah.
Right. Why not?
Well, it's something to strive for, to be
There
able
you go.
to do it fast.
That's right. The nice thing about those diminished chords, each one is 4 chords.
Yes, right.
And you get the same 4 chords every 3 frets.
Yeah, you can move it all over the
So
place.
you can move it all over the place and get all kinds of different voicings. Or if you don't like that one,
Just
there's
slide it up.
another one that has it.
Yeah, there's more of them than just F sharp diminished too. That
Oh, yeah.
that very fret, that
Yeah.
very formation. So
Yeah, it's an A, it's an A diminished, and an E flat, and an F sharp, and a C. It's all 4 of those.
a useful chord.
Yeah,
It's the best chord to learn because you learn 4 at once.
that's right.
Okay, sounds complicated.
Oh, no.
It's also a D7 though, isn't it?
No,
No.
No?
no. D7 is 2, 2, 2, 3.
Okay, so what is that?
But the
It's
Hawaiian
2,
D7,
3, 2, 3.
the top two, the one that's on the second fret,
The
2, 3, starting from the first string.
from the 4th.
Oh, okay.
2, 3, 2, 3. It's a square chord.
It's a parallelogram.
Yeah. It's actually a F sharp diminished 7th chord.
Yeah.
It's not an F sharp diminished, but everybody calls it F sharp, whatever diminished.
I've only recently come around to giving up on the 7th.
Yeah. That's correct technically, but everybody ignores it for some reason.
I think, let's see.
Is it still
Do a theory
finished
workshop on
seventh
these
at
chords.
the other chords?
Sorry?
Like you said like that same shape as an A diminished, right?
Yeah.
Is that an A diminished seventh?
Yeah, they're all sevenths.
Okay.
That shape, that shape, that diminished chord shape on the ukulele, you can just slide it up and down the frets. Every fret you go on, it's 4 diminished seventh chords.
Any one
And
of
every
those
3
notes.
frets, it starts over.
Well, if you're willing to live with diminished sevenths, you could just learn that shape and play in one of 3 frets and you got everything.
You could probably get away with a lot that way.
I'm not sure that the diminished seventh will replace like a major chord,
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
but I think you could use it where you have a seventh. You could find one that would fit in there, like in a blues tune.
It's
like
it's
this
a
one.
lot different from any of the other chords.
It is. It's a
There's no fifth
tritone.
in it. It's sort of like a minor chord.
But it's a tritone. The notes are the same space apart.
Right.
So it's the most dissonant chord you can make. It's like the best chord ever.
The
'Cause
most dissonant. That sounds like a challenge. I'll take you.
All right.
It wants to resolve more than any. Like there's a G7. Here's a G diminished. It wants to resolve way more than a G7. Anyway.
So what would it resolve to? A G?
Oh, back
Anything
to
else is
whatever
better,
the one is. You got a song like a C, F, G7 diminished, C. So G, G7, G diminished. Adds a whole different thing.
Yeah.
Maybe you have to be blind like Doc Watson to understand how to use the diminished seventh chord.
Maybe so.
Maybe I'll close my eyes.
That'd probably help.
You think it'll help?
Anybody else? Let me see if I can find something. Let's see. About 9-pound hammer.
Sounds good.
Sounds good, yeah.
Okay. My screen sharing thing crapped out, so hold on.
Hey, Mary Jane, while we're waiting, why don't you tell us about that painting behind you?
Oh, that painting. It's sort of an Andy Warhol-esque.
Yeah.
You can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see the reference photo to the left.
And yeah, my last husband was an artist, and he photos hanging on the wall. So it's just kind of like the seasons, you know.
I like it.
Yeah. Thanks. Well, he didn't much like it after we got a divorce, but he was willing to give it to me.
All right. Well, you know, those things happen.
Okay, I'm going to mute everybody and let's do 9-pound hammer.
Okay.
My favorite version of this song is John Prine's version.
I hope so. Yeah.
You ready? One, two, three, four, one. This 9-pound hammer is a little too heavy, but for my size, buddy for my size. So I'm going on the mountain just to see my baby. I ain't coming back, ain't coming back. Roll on, buddy, don't you roll so slow. Tell me, how can I roll, roll, roll when the wheels won't go? Roll on, buddy, pull your load of coal. Tell me, how can I pull, oh, when the wheels won't roll? 9-pound hammer killed John Henry, but it won't get me. Ain't gonna get me. Well, I'm just a poor boy, a long ways from home, down in Tennessee, down in Tennessee. Roll on, buddy, don't you roll so slow. Tell me, how can I roll, roll, roll when the wheels won't go? Roll on, buddy, pull your load of coal. Tell me, how can I pull when the wheels won't roll? It's a long way to Harlan, it's a long way to Hazard, just to get a little brew, 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 just to get a little brew. And when I die, you can make my tombstone out of number 9 coal, out of number 9 coal. Roll on, buddy, pull your load of coal. Tell me, how can I pull, oh, when wheels won't roll? Roll on, buddy, don't you roll so slow. Tell me, how can I roll, roll, roll when the wheels won't go? Tell me, how can I roll, roll, roll when the wheels won't go? All right. That's a great song.
Yeah, that was fun. I think
I'm out of beer.
For that song was just waiting to be discovered.
Do what?
A strum pattern for that song.
Yeah.
Didn't we do
My last drink of beer. I'm gonna
train strums or something not too long ago? That strum would work with that one.
I was doing that train chunk.
Yeah, that sounds kind of train songy.
We still have to get together a program of train songs.
You do.
Yeah, I have a bunch of train songs, a collection.
Yeah.
I like my old single group, which is now coronavirus. This kind of stuff at it, but I still have those train songs.
Night Train is a good one.
But my favorite train song actually is "Waiting for a Train" by Jimmy Rogers, and it's kind of plaintive. I don't know if it would really go along with the train song. Strummed
Hey, it's a train song.
It's
It has the word train in it.
So it must be a train song. Yeah.
Oh, it is. It definitely made my collection, but of course I didn't know about things like chugging along, train song, strum at that point. But Elizabeth's Cotton song "Freight Train" would probably be a good one.
Oh, that'd be great. That's a good song.
Strum.
Okay, well, I gotta go.
All right.
Well, thank you, Kevin.
Thank you,
Thanks
bud.
for setting this up.
Coming out.
Thanks
for staying in.
Thanks for
Bye-bye. See you later.
See y'all next time.
All right, see ya.
Thank you.
Adios.
To me, I'm very happy.
Same bat channel, same bat time.
That's right.
How old are you?
Way old.
Adios.
See you later.
See ya.